takeoff.
So we'll do that in the run-up area. Alright, so what we'll do first, we'll get some weather. So, this is COM 1. This is COM 2. So, COM 2 says 13475. That is our weather frequency. So, we're going to hit COM 2 receive so we can listen to COM 2.
Peak gusts 14.
And then we'll write this stuff down.
10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 37 Celsius. Dew point 14 Celsius. Altimeter 298.7. Remarks. Density altitude 2,800. Nut Tree Airport, Vacaville, California. Automated weather observation 2200 Zulu. Wind 200 at 11. Peak gusts 14. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 37 Celsius. Dew point 13 Celsius. Altimeter 298.7. Remarks. Density altitude 2,700. Nut Tree Airport, Vacaville, California.
Yep, you can turn it off.
Weather
Boom. All right. Oh, got it. Yeah, so that's for navigation stuff. We don't need that. So winds are 220 at 11, gusting to 14. So that means they're steadily blowing at 11 knots, and every once in a while it gusts to 14 knots. So for us as pilots, what we're concerned about is if we get that gust for a little while, and the airplane's like, yeah, I got some extra wind, and then it dies. So what we do is we take our gust factor, which is 3 knots. Okay? So because that's the difference between steady state wind and our gust. 3 knots, half of our gust factor, we add that to takeoff and landing speeds. Okay. So we'll add 2 knots to our takeoff speed today. Not a big deal. Sometimes there's a really big gust factor. Sometimes it can be 10 or even 15 knots of gust factor. So then we have to add a lot of airspeed when we take off and land. But today's not too bad. Alright, so if it's 220, which runway are we going to use if the winds are from 220?
0. The wind, then we have to go opposite of the wind, which is this area.
So one thing that I think what we're looking at here, this is a CDI for your VOR navigation. We can turn this however we want. It's not a compass. So you have this guy.
This one.
However, we want to make sure it's lined up properly. There we go. Now you can use this. And we don't want to take off opposite. We actually want to be as lined up. So it says the winds are coming from. So they're coming from 220.
20, and then we have to use 02.
Nope. So we want to take off into the wind. So if the wind's coming this way, we want to take off going into the wind.
Wait. Okay. This is 20.
Yes.
Runway. Okay.
Yep. So we're going to taxi to runway 20 and take off going that direction because the winds are coming this way.
Okay.
Cool. So whenever have you started making radio calls?
I haven't.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to try. We're going to start doing that today. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'll tell you what to say. All you got to do is repeat it. But the cool thing is with recording the audio, you'll be able to listen to it again.
Okay.
And so that way you can refresh on the audio calls.
Okay. Can you write it down first?
Yep. So what we're going to do first is we're going to say, so taxiing from here to there, we're going to say tree traffic, Skyhawk, Niner 162 Hotel, taxiing from the ramp to runway 20. And then we'll end with Nut Tree. So we say Nut Tree at the end in case somebody only caught the tail end of it. They know which airport we're talking out of. Okay. Yeah, and you can use that button or you can use this button. Either one of those buttons should work. Yep.
And I have to set the...
Yep, so we're already already on 122.7, so we're on the right frequency. So that's our common traffic advisory frequency. Our CTAF is 112.7. So that's for here at Nut Tree. There's a few other airports that share the same frequency.
Okay. Nut Tree traffic, 90162 Hotel, taxiing from the ramp to runway 20 Nut Tree.
Good. That's how you do it.
Thank you.
And so we'll go ahead and taxi. We're going to turn left, and then right, and then left, and then right, and we're going to head all the way down that way to the end of the runway. We'll test our brakes. All right, your brakes work. So we'll go ahead and keep on going. So it's not something we're going to get into too much today. I don't want to put too much on your plate, but we do have some wins, so we're actually going to set this up. We'll get into it later, though. All right, we'll work that pedal and that brake together. Oh. Yep, keep it calm, a little bit of brake pressure on that right brake and some power. There we go. All right side looks clear, left side looks clear. We'll go ahead and turn to the left. Nice and easy. Yes, where it's like you can feel like the brake's like really sensitive, you know?
Yeah.
So you got to really feel on how much you need. All right, left's clear, right's clear, we're going right. Good, that's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. And if you start getting a little bit faster than you want, you can pull your power all the way back to idle. Pull power all the way back. And that sometimes will work. If we have a really good tailwind though, then it might not work as fast as we want. I try to use my brakes only when I absolutely need to keep wear and tear. But if you pull the power back to idle and it doesn't work, then you can apply slight brake pressure if you need to. This isn't too bad. I would never want to go faster than this in my taxi, but we're okay right here.
Okay.
But sometimes it's easy with a tailwind to get going really fast. Then we just got to pull the power back to idle and slow down and possibly use our brakes if we need to. And then once we get up the run-up area, we're going to turn the airplane kind of around, try and get into the headwind a little bit, so that way it helps cool the engine off, and also stay out of the way, so we'll get over to that little run-up area. We'll keep it coming a little bit more around. Just a little bit. Keep coming, keep coming.
I'm really
so we gotta get some inertia going. All right, that's good. We can stop right about here. This will be fine. We'll straighten out our wheels. So that way we'll add a little bit of power. We'll roll forward a little bit and straighten out our wheels. Okay. There we go. Our nose wheel. Yeah, when you're stopped like that, you have to get a little inertia going, a little forward momentum, and then you can use your brakes and get going. It's kind of weird.
Flight controls.
Right. Okay, so that one should go up. The other side should go down. That one's up. We'll look behind us. Elevator goes up. Elevator goes down. We'll run our rudders through too. All right.
Fuel quantity.
Still full.
Full. Flight instrument. Them.
Yep, so I run through basically all of these guys here. So airspeed is 0, it's supposed to be 0. My attitude indicator is, it's level, everything looks the way it's supposed to. Altimeter's been set, it's about our airfield elevation, within 75 feet, I'm happy with that. This reads, it's about 0, a little bit low on the indication, so we'll note that and know that it naturally shows a little low.
Okay.
Heading indicator, we'll set that to our compass again, it processes. But it looks pretty accurate, actually. That was good.
Yep.
All right. Our wings are level. Our ball is centered. Flight instruments are check.
Fuel selector valve. Both checked. Run up 1700 RPM.
Okay, we've got one thing. We got mixture. Has to go rich.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay, magneto, 150 max and 50 differential.
Weed Unicom, King Air 5.
I'm looking here. Right
Yep.
now.
Okay, I'm gonna go 2 clicks to the left.
Left.
Ooh, that's go back to both. Okay, then go 1 click to the left. All right, so let's go back to both. So, what that sounds like is possibly carbon deposits on the cylinders while we're rolling forward. There you go. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and burn that off. So I'm going to pull my mixture, I'm going to lean it out, I'm going to go up to about 2,000 RPMs. Keep those feet on those brakes for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to lean this back. What I'm trying to do right now is burn off, there's carbon deposits from the fuel fouling up our spark plugs. So I'm going to let this run for about 30 seconds or so. Just trying to burn it off. While we're doing it, we can check our other instruments. Our suction looks good. Our amp meter is showing
This suction should be in the middle or?
Yep, between 4.5 and 5.5.
Okay, 4.5. Right.
Yep. Amp meter looks good, pressure looks good, temperature looks good. All that stuff looks good. Yep, so we'll hold off. We're going to finish. We're going to pick back up here. All right. Pull the power back. To 17. Mixture full rich. All right, let's try, though, that magneto check again.
Left. Right. Left. Oh. Very good.
There we go.
Yep.
We cleaned it.
And carburetor heat check.
Nope, we'll go and pull it out. Make sure we get an RPM drop. Sometimes you have to listen for it. You hear that slight difference? There's a very little difference between there, but it's working. I can hear it.
Idle check.
Yep, so we'll pull our throttle all the way back to idle, nice and easy, pull it all the way back to idle. We'll make sure the engine doesn't stall on us. Quit. All right, that's all the way back. Then we can go back to 1,000. And Carpy can go in.
Auburn traffic, 2183, pop to just over Bald Hill.
There we go, we're going to just a little bit. Alright, cool.
Okay. Flap. Departure emergency briefing complete.
Okay. All right. So for the departure emergency briefing, so we're going to take off on runway 20. If we have any problems on our takeoff roll, and I don't like the way the engine sounds or something doesn't seem right or whatever, we're going to pull the power back to idle and we're just going to stop. Get off the runway. Abort the takeoff. If anything happens, we're rolling down, we take off, we get a little bit off the ground and I don't like something, I don't like the way the engine sounds or the engine quits on us, pull the power back, we'll land back on the runway if we have available runway.
Okay.
If we take off and we get up and past the runway, so we have no more runway left, and we have an engine problem, right, and we're below 1,000 feet, okay, I'm not going to turn around back to the runway.
Okay.
I'm going to find some place basically in front of us, and this is kind of a unique place here, where I'm actually going to find there's some fields on the other side of this building is where I'm going to go. I'm not going to try and turn around and come back.
Okay.
All right. If it's above 1,000 feet, I'll turn around and come back on the opposite runway. We got plenty of altitude for that.
Okay.
We're in knots today, so we're going to rotate at 55 knots. Okay. We're going to climb out at 75 knots. Our best glide is 65 knots. We're going to take off, we're going to turn crosswind, turn downwind, and then depart to the north. We're going to go up. It's kind of hot today, so we're going to go up to a little higher altitudes just so we don't die. We'll go up to we'll go up to 5,500 feet if we can. We'll see how the airplane handles. At least 4,000. Okay. So that's our departure emergency briefing is done. We can go pull up to the hold short line.
Okay.
Yep, so we can pull up to the hold short line. We'll taxi over there.
Okay,
Yep,
sorry.
you're good. I haven't heard anybody on the radio here. Sounds pretty quiet. I don't see anybody on downwind. I don't see anybody on base, and I don't see anybody on final. So we all look good there. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our radio call. So if you want to write it down, we can write it down. We're always going to have different radio calls. So it's did I send you that letter or that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's going to be Nut Tree Traffic. Skyhawk, Niner 162 Hotel. Yeah, and so we want to make sure when we say this, we either say Cessna or Skyhawk, so they know what kind of airplane to look for. Okay. Taking off, runway 20. For a downwind departure to the north.
Can you repeat that?
Yep. Taking off, runway 20, for a downwind departure to the north.
48?
For a, F-O-R-F, for a downwind departure to the north. And you don't have to, you can always just say downwind departure to the north if you wanted to keep it shorter. Yep, so downwind departure to the north. And then we'll end with Nut Tree. Okay.
Nut Tree traffic, Cessna 9162 Hotel, taking off runway 20 for a downwind departure to the north, Nut Tree.
Good. All right, so we'll close our windows. All right, we'll do our lights, camera, action. So do landing light on, strobe light on. Boom, and that's our taxi light. Do the one next to it. There we go, that's our landing light. All right, camera, altitude, transponders, good. Picture's full rich. We are good to go. Final is still clear. Oh, I'm going to leave my window open. Alright, and that windsock's telling me there's a little bit of a crosswind. So when we do a crosswind takeoff, we go full scale deflection, and as we speed up, we slowly take this out little by little, okay? Alright. So go ahead, your flight control, you got this. I'll talk you through it. Okay. Yep, you're good. Let's go. So hold on to the controls. Put a hand on the controls. There we go. Let's go ahead and apply power. We'll use our feet to stay on center line. Okay, and little by little, we'll keep one hand on the throttle. Keep one hand on the throttle. There we go, just so that way it doesn't vibrate back. Small corrections, small corrections. Right. And there's our 55. Let's go ahead and pull back a little bit. And rotate just like that. Okay, we're looking for 75 on our airspeed, so bring the nose forward a little bit. There you go. And we got the wind pushing us this way, so we're going to turn into the wind a little bit. It's called the crab, and compensate for the wind trying to push us this way. Yeah, you can just keep a finger on it if you want to. Just we don't want it to vibrate backwards, so you can just do that. That's fine too.
Over traffic, 218 Papa left base, 25 Auburn.
And we'll go up to 800 feet and then we'll turn. So can you tell that we're drifting off to the right still? Yep. So we need to basically point that direction to compensate for the wind. And remember, we don't just steer with our rudders. We want to, yeah, there we go, put a bank in just like that. All right, we need a little bit more right rudder, just a little bit. There's 800 feet, we're going to turn crosswind.
218 Papa, turning, final, 25 Auburn.
We'll basically head off just that direction. Metro traffic, Skyhawk 90162 Hotel, center right crosswind, runway 20 country. All right, we'll roll wings level here. Yep. There we go, make it happen. All right, downwind's clear. We can go ahead and turn our downwind, and we'll keep our climb going. We're going to climb all the way up. And under traffic, Skyhawk 90162 Hotel, turn right downwind, runway 20. Depart to the north, country. Go find us some cooler air. And we'll climb out about 90 to give some better cooling to the engine with it being so hot. So if you see our oil temperature gauge, see how it's kind of high? Because it's so hot out. So we'll keep our speed up. So we'll climb out now. Well, it's called a cruise climb. So let the nose, go ahead and roll the nose forward. There we go. Yep, roll just like that. And we're going to speed up a little bit for this climb now. That should be maybe a little too much. All right, about there, between 85 and 95. Or 85 and 90, I mean. There we go. That's a good pitch attitude right here. So what that does is it lets more air come into the engine to help cool it off. So we're going to go up to, we'll start off with 3,000 feet. See how it feels at 3,000 feet? If it still grows, we'll go up higher.
Traffic, Skyline 126, turning left crosswind, departing to the west, final call.
All right, let's go and let's take a heading a 350. Turn to the left to heading a 350. We'll keep our climb going. So see how we went way past it? 350 was just a little bit of a turn. So now we're already 300, 350. So we need to be basically heading that way. So see, 350 is over here. Yeah, it's hard to see with that instrument the way it's set up. So no, we're good. So right now, we're at 330 right now. So 350 is right next to north.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So basically, we're going to follow 505, and just parallel 505 going that way.
Weak Unicom, King Air 536, Mike Romeo.
That's better. We're going to keep our climb going up.
Auburn area traffic, Traveler 40 Kilo.
We can find some cooler air. So with this hot temperatures, I'm keeping a closer eye on my oil temperature, just because I don't want to overheat my engine. But normally I'm not too worried about it, but on a day like this, I don't want to push it. Don't be afraid to use that trim if you feel like you're fighting the airplane at all. So ideally, we can fly it with like almost no input whatsoever. Nice and light on the controls.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Good.
Excellent. We'll keep it going up.
10 miles to the south and down 25.
Feeling a little bit better. So you can also control this too if you want to. You can spin it around. There we go. If you want more air on you. Yeah. Coming down, says it's about 80 degrees up here. We'll keep going a little bit higher. We'll level off here to 4,000 feet. That's a good number. So we'll do pitch and then power. We'll pull our power back to like 2,300 RPMs. Maybe 24 in this airplane. That sounds like 23 right there. A little bit low. That's all right. We'll see what we get. I think that tachometer is still acting stupid. All right. And then we can use our trim. And we'll get back down to 4,000 feet. So can you tell the nose is kind of coming up a little bit by looking outside? So we can push forward a little bit and then take some of that trim out. Yeah. I'm going to put a little more power in. I don't think that tachometer is right. I'm going to do about there. Seems good. All right. I'm okay with us being right here. So let's go ahead and start off with some slow flight. Okay. Do you think you can do it yourself, or do you want me to show you?
I would like you show me first.
Okay. All right. My flight controls.
Your flight.
My flight controls. All right. So first thing we're going to do before we do any maneuvers, we'll do some clearing turns. So we do have that TFR alpha over there, so I'm not going to go off that direction too close. So I'm going to clear my right-hand side. Right side looks clear. I'm going to do a 90-degree turn. Looking for traffic, making sure nobody is around here. I do have YOLO Airport. They do skydiving over there. I don't want to get too close to them. And then we'll go ahead and do another turn. So clearing turns are done. I don't see anybody else around here. My mixture's full of rich. So I'm going to go ahead and go into slow flight, staying at 4,000 feet. Alright, so I'm going to pull my power back to about 1,800 RPMs. Let the airspeed slow down, come to me. Go and pull my carb heat out. I'm in the white arc. I can do a notch of flaps. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Stop. That seems pretty good. Airspeed still coming to me. Another notch. We're on 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Alright, I got some stuff out in front of me that I'm going to make sure I keep heading towards so my heading doesn't get off. Airspeed's coming. Add a little bit of power to help compensate. I got all those flaps out there. It's creating all kinds of drag. So I need more thrust to help. Alright. That's pretty much all my flaps right there. Holding 4,000. Now, if the stall warning horn goes off at any point, I'll bring the nose down. But we look pretty good right here. I'm pretty happy with this. Use that trim if I need to. All corrections. We'll go to a carb heat in. Alright, so that's how you go into slow flight. Okay? Alright, so go back into cruise from here. All I do is take my power back to what I want, 23. Start bringing my flaps up little by little. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3. I feel the controls feel a little bit different. My airspeed's starting to speed up. I'm still holding 4,000 feet. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Watch that airspeed come to me. Another notch. 2 and 3. And flaps full up. Power looks good. Here comes my airspeed going back into cruise flight. And trim, since I basically changed the configuration of the plane. That tachometer sucks. Oh well, it's somewhere in there. Alright, so that's slow flight. That's how you go in and how you come out of it. Want to give it a shot? Yep. Alright, your flight controls?
We don't
talk about clearing turns, we're good. I'm clearing our area here. So we just go into slow flight, keep heading the same direction.
First thing, the RPM has to go to 3.
Yep, so we'll pull back to between 1,500 RPMs and 1,800 RPMs. It really doesn't matter, whatever you prefer.
Approach, Chartpacer 3548, checking in, level 6.5, VFR University.
3548, just number 286, and just report Davidson side when able.
986, Chartpacer 3548.
There we go, we're in our white arc of our airspeed indicator, so we can do 1 notch of flaps.
1,001, 1,000.
Okay, so that's actually neutral. There we go, go down. There we go.
1,001, 1,000.
Okay. So see how that made the nose come up a little bit? Yeah, we'll have to kind of fight that little, it's like it creates like a bubble of lift for us when we put those down.
Chartpacer 3548, there's a VFR descent.
I have to go lower RPM or
Nope, you don't have to. Nope. You can do another notch of flaps. Alright, then we can go full flaps down. There we go. Alright, we will have to pull our carb heat out. Yeah, we forgot about that. Alright, there we go. Let's slow flight. We can actually probably slow her up just a little bit more too. Although we're starting to lose some altitude, so if we pull the nose up just a little bit, our airspeed will automatically decrease. So we got to be careful about doing too much. You brought the nose up and the power back. That means we're going to start losing altitude and get too slow. So add some power. Power controls altitude, pitch controls airspeed. See how we're losing some altitude?
Yeah.
So we'll add a little bit more power. Go for the carb heat in. Is while we're flying in slow flight, we're going to do a 180-degree turn heading the other direction. So we'll turn to heading us south. You can go either direction you want to go.
Okay. This is good right now?
Yeah, that's okay. And when we go into the turn, we're going to need some extra power because we're going to lose some of our lift by turning, some of our vertical component of lift, I should say. So we'll go into our turn nice and easy because we're in slow flight. And we'll add a little bit of power in the turn also. We'll go all the way around, go in the other direction, heading us. Yep. Remember, in slow flight, we're very close to the stall speed. If you turn too steep, you'll start to stall. So we do nice and easy in slow flight, all the way around, heading the other direction. And so we're losing some altitude. So if we're losing altitude, we got to bring the nose up a little bit and add a little bit of power. Alright, then we'll cover from this. Let's go back into cruise flight. So our power's pretty much there, just to bring in our flaps up little by little. Yep. So you gotta remember there's three positions of the flight. There we go. There's a neutral, an up, and a down. And we'll hold that 4,000 feet.
And Travis approach, Tri-Pacer 354, it has weather for Davis and it's in sight.
Red 3548, Roger. I'm gonna hold.
Alright, how'd that feel? Pretty good?
Pretty good, yeah.
We have a heavy C-17 that's going to be doing it.
If you want to practice going into it again, you can practice going into it again.
Okay. One more time.
Okay. Don't forget your car. Hey, good job. Pretty good.
Turn right.
No, we're okay. Let's go back into cruise flight from here. So we'll reconfigure.
Travis approach, Saratoga 392 Hotel Papa's with you, 3,100 descending VFR into Watts Woodland.
Forgetting one thing. Watch that nose, there we go. Good. That seemed good. Yep. Nice. Excellent. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do power off stalls.
Okay.
You want me to show you that one again too?
Travis approach.
Yep. Alright, my flight controls?
Two Hotel
Controls.
My flight
Go
controls.
392 Hotel Papa Trust, Press Trust, 286, sorry about that.
That's alright, we'll go ahead and cancel flight following. We got,
Alright, I'm going to go and do another set of clearing turns.
Mr. Chinese, call far, appreciate it, crew, see you.
thank you much, 392 Hotel Papa.
Those fires torch those hills.
Air 3548, traffic no factor, answer terminates, call far, free change approved.
Traffic 3548, welcome, thank you.
Alright, power off stall. We're simulating that we're coming into land. So we're going to basically go into slow flight again. And then we stall from there.
Heavy chest approach, Roger, and you said you are established on localizer?
Alright, so I'll go ahead and start now. I'm going to go pull my power back.
Localizer runway 2.
Carbine, go into slow flight, little by little. I'm in my white arc. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. And full flaps. And I'll add some power. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm going to make my carpet out. I'm going to simulate I'm coming into land. So I'm going to pull my power back to like 1,500 RPMs because that's our usually RPM settings for landing. Let the nose come down, get about 500 feet per minute. Power comes all the way to idle. Bring the nose up little by little. I'm going to acknowledge the horn when it goes off. There's my stall warning horn. I'm going to keep going. There's the stall. Let the nose come down. Power goes full forward, I get some airflow, bring the nose up, bring notch of flaps up,
6 heavy, cross right tower.
little by little, transition back into a climb once I have good airspeed, climb back up to 4,000 feet. Alright, flaps coming all the way up, power's all the way in, a little bit of right rudder to compensate for those left turning tendencies, climb out about 75. So when you do your power, do the power. So I did the power a little fast. The engine hiccuped a little bit. I don't think she likes all this heat. So when you do your power forward on that one, make sure you go real slow on the power. She didn't like how fast I did it, and I didn't really do it that fast. All right. Your flight controls?
My controls.
Your flight controls. So we'll keep heading the same direction, basically towards Mount Diablo out there. We're just going to keep heading that same direction. And so we'll go into slow flight first.
Out. Down.
So we're going to go into slow flight. So there's our white arc. We got to get our flaps down first, remember? We got to go into slow flight and then start our stall. Like, so it's like almost like two maneuvers in one.
This is good on idle?
No, we want to be like 15 to 18. We're just going into slow flight because we got to hold our altitude. A little more power. There we go, that's good. And then let's add some flaps. Alright. Okay, we're going to let the nose come down like we're coming into land. Alright, we're coming into land, everything seems fine. I don't know what happens, power comes back to idle. Then we bring the nose up little by little. Keep it coming up, keep it coming up. There's our horn, we acknowledge it, we keep going, keep coming back, keep coming back. Keep it going, there's our stall. Nose comes forward, power goes full, carb beat goes in. We got some airflow, flaps start to come up. So up, there we go. And make sure we do our flaps in increments. Okay, a notch of flaps, wait. Notch of flaps, wait. Back, and we'll go into a climb back up to 4,000 feet. Go back into a climb up to 4,000 feet. Good. We'll go all the way up to 4,000 feet and we'll do another one. Okay. Alright, there's 4,000 feet. And we'll do another power off stall. So we'll go into slow flight first, and then we'll set up for our stall.
So traffic, skydive 1, South Yolo, climbing 13,000.
Everyone, transport, check it. Everyone, radar contact 3 miles south of the Oakland Airport.
Everyone.
Alright, we'll come into land. So let the nose come down. Let the nose come down. There we go. Alright, then we'll pull our power back to idle. Then we'll bring the nose up. Nice and easy, not in a rush. Nice and easy. Keep it coming back. There's our horn, we acknowledge it. Keep it coming back. Keep it coming back. There's our stall.
Take in your number, sir.
There we go, and flaps come up, little by little.
205 full call signs over 787, Mike.
Diamond Star 787, Delta Mike. We're at DA40/golf.
And we'll go back into a climb up to 4,000 feet. Yep, so if we're simulating that we're really close to the ground, like a few hundred feet off the ground, so we want to climb and get some air, get some altitude, regroup, all that kind of stuff. Alright, we'll stay here at 4,000 feet.
Number 787 Delta Mike, radar contact 3 miles south
Alright.
of University.
How's that feel? We got a little more flaps still in. You bring the flaps the rest of the way up. Feel pretty good? Yep. Yep, okay. So what we'll do, I'm going to show you a power on stall. We'll have it recorded and everything so you can review it. The next flight we'll let you do it. I'll just show you one for now. Semi-flight controls?
Still controls.
Alright, so power on stall, what we're simulating is that we just took off. Okay, so we take off, we don't have flaps when we take off, so I don't need to worry about flaps. I already have full power, so I don't have to worry about power. It's a really easy stall as far as what you have to do. The hard part is controlling your feet and the rudders. Okay, because with high power, right, we have all those left turning tendencies. The airplane wants to do this. The problem is we can get ourselves into a spin very easy with this maneuver. So that's the hard part, is our rudder control with our feet. All we have to do is when the stall happens, just push the nose down. That's it. That's the recovery. Really, really easy, but we have to be very careful about our feet. All right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow the airplane down to basically our takeoff, our climb out speed, our rotation speed. So I'm going to hold 4,000 feet. And I'm going gonna let the airplane slow down. I'm gonna basically go to takeoff on my trim. See that airspeed coming down to me? There comes my airspeed. Once it gets pretty close to like my rotation, maybe 65, 70, somewhere around there, we'll go carb heat in. I'm gonna go full throttle. Let the nose come up little by little. And I need some extra right rudder, all those left turning tendencies. The nose coming up nice and easy. I don't want to rush it. More right rudder as I get higher up. There's my horn, I acknowledge it. Keep it coming up. There's the stall, let the nose come down. Get some airspeed. Got some airspeed. Go back into a climb.
119.9.
That's it.
787.
Pretty easy. Alright, so we're basically over Nut Tree. It's right over there, can you see it? So it's really hot. So, we're going to do a little bit of a unique entry into here.
So Cessna 15 miles to the northwest of that landing runway 14, so Mikey.
Clear. Temperature 36 Celsius. Dew point 14 Celsius. Altimeter 2986. Remarks. Density altitude 2,600. Nut Tree Airport, Vacaville, California. Automated weather observation 2251 Zulu. Wind 170 at 12. Peak gusts 17.
Alright, so we're going to use runway 20, just like we took off. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the power all the way back to idle. Carb heat out. And I'm going to do best glide, which is 65, right? So I'm going to use my trim for best glide. And then I'm going to give you the flight controls. Your flight controls? Alright, I want you to hold 65, use your trim as much as you want. And we're basically going to go head over to Nut Tree and we're going to kind of circle down over Nut Tree. So if you want to turn to the left a little bit, use that trim and fly right over the top of Nut Tree. We're going to kind of circle around.
Too close?
Nope, we're okay. We're going to do something kind of unique. We're going to basically do a nice easy descent down. Up. And we're looking for 65.
Don't use the...
You don't use the what? Up. Nope, no flaps. And Metro traffic, Skyhawk 90162 Hotel is about 2.5 miles to the west, 3,300 descending, a circling spiral down for runway 20, Metro. So this is kind of cool. So here pretty soon we're going to start doing emergencies, you know? So this kind of gives you a feel if we were to lose our engine, this is what we do. We fly 65 knots. I don't mind we're going a little bit fast. That's okay for today. I just want to give a feel for the airplane, and it keeps the engine cool, right? So the engine was getting kind of hot. This helps cool it off a little bit. And I can go and open the window, which helps cool off in here. So we'll basically kind of spiral around.
Auburn traffic, this is Cessna 73311.
So go ahead and do a nice little left turn.
To the southwest, inbound looking for advisories.
And Nut Tree traffic, Centurion 49er Foxtrot's about 7 miles to the east, 2,000 feet. We're going to try and make it straight in for 20. If we can't do that, we'll get in line behind the guy in the pattern. Nut Tree.
Yeah, you guys should be able to make it straight in. We'll stay out of your way or get down on the ground before you guys. Nut Tree.
Okay, that'd be great. Thanks.
Alright, so let's go ahead and do a left turn. We're going to keep a circle. We're going to go a circle around to the left. Yep.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 73311 in a Skyhawk 9 miles to the southwest, inbound for Auburn, looking for advisories.
And we'll hold right about here for now. Yeah. Alright, my flight controls. this just a little bit. Alright, so we're basically here. 1002, 1003, 1000. Entry traffic Skyhawk. 90162 Hotel is turning right base runway 20 entry.
And entry traffic, Centauri and 400 Foxtrot. We're about 4 miles final, so you should be just fine.
Sounds good, thanks. So one thing we can do is a forward slip. Have you seen a forward slip yet?
1-1.
Alright, so forward slips allow us, in this airplane we don't want to do with more than 20 degrees of flaps. So I'm doing 20 degrees of flaps. So what I want to do is I want to have this wing down and then go full left rudder. And then watch this come out of the sky. Basically what's happening is we're turning the whole, actually I gotta go the other direction because the winds are coming from this side. Turn the whole airplane into a giant flap. And then I gotta take it out of there. A little bit of right rudder, a little bit of left aileron, because we got crosswind today. It's called a side slip. Land on your tire first, my tire, nose wheel. Alright. Nice. I've got lots of crosswind, so I'm still flying the airplane. What can happen is that wind can come and lift this other wing up.
Traffic, Cessna 73311. We are 5 miles southwest of runway 25 Auburn. Good one.
So we'll get into crosswind landing later. Okay.
Entry traffic, 490 Foxtrot. 2 mile final, 20 Auburn.
Entry traffic, Skyhawk 22 Hotels clear of runway 20 entry. Alright, we'll stop here. I'll let you run your after landing checklist. Alright, so yep, we don't need our strobe or our landing light, so we can take those two off.
Entering downwind, runway 20. Right traffic, that tree.
Transport standby.
And we leave it there.
Okay. Orbit heat off.
Yep.
Mixer lean.
Yep. There's a couple, so we're gonna lean it a couple inches.
Oh.
Yep. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and taxi. And actually I'm gonna fly this airplane, well actually I don't want to fly this airplane again. Then we're gonna go get gas.
Okay.
Auburn traffic.
This airplane does not seem to like the heat very much.
Entering at 4525 Auburn.
So I tried to give her a little bit of a break with that, from that heat. So yeah, so I like the slow flight and the power off stalls. Like you feel like, I can tell you're getting more comfortable with the airplane and the controls. Yeah,
I'm getting better with it.
Good.
Entry traffic, look up for 6 mile Papa Juliet, 6 mile final 20 entry.
Downwind for left base at 25 Auburn.
Uh-oh, fire starting over there.
Wow.
Nutri traffic, Twin Cessna 1 Romeo Echo.
And we'll cheat off, we'll stay off the line. We have to get a little bit closer to the pump or the cord won't reach, the line won't reach.
1 mile final.
A little bit more. There we go.
Amir at the numbers.
That's good. We can stop here. Alright, we'll run our shutdown checklist.
Julia, got that traffic on our right base inside. Looks like we'll be slightly ahead of here. We'll sidestep 2 parallel taxiway 20 direct to the ramp. That's right.
Avionic master off.